Good everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going over American tanks. Thanks to Darkangel once again. Introduce yourself,
My
please.
sacrifices send help.
He does this for realsies. So today we're going to be going over American tanks, as I mentioned. Now Darkangel doesn't have many American tanks, but we're going to use as many as we can. So the first vehicle is the M3 Stuart. This applies to all Stuarts except the M3A1, because that actually has a armor profile which can bounce this gun. So the M3 Stuart is a highly maneuverable tank. It has 4 crew, but it's quite enclosed. It's not the ward's, shall we say, survivable vehicle. But you do have some minor advantages over the vehicle. You have thicker armor in places, but the M3 Stuart can still penetrate you. But you can penetrate him. I'm going to go over where to aim on this vehicle from the front. Now it might be a hard shot because obviously the Stuart driver may be moving, but it's better than nothing. So the first shot I recommend is here on the MG port. It's only about 12mm thick, and it should set off your fuse for 37. This should be sufficient to take out the vehicle. But obviously I'm not going to fire yet because we need to go over other parts of the vehicle. The turret front, forget about it, it's too thick, as I will prove now. And there we go, non-penetration. I'll fire another shell just to make sure.
I smell something burning.
If you say so, Darkangel. So the Stuart's fire rate is much higher than yours. That's one thing you have to take into consideration, as Darkangel will now prove. Just fire a couple shots for us. The Stuart has a reload of around 3 to 4 seconds, depending on a experienced crew or not. Whilst you have a reload rate of about 4 to 5 seconds. However, you can still take out the Stuart. I believe you can penetrate the front of an M3 Stuart. No, you cannot. Okay then, this changes things. The only spot you really have on the front of the Stuart is the MG port, as I mentioned. However, if you see an M3 Stuart, the best thing to do is to wait until... Okay, thank you Darkangel, you just saved me a bit of effort. Is to wait until he gives you his side, and do that. That's really the only way you're going to be able to take out the Stuart. This doesn't apply to the M3 or the M2A4 Stuart, as you can easily take this vehicle out. It only has 25mm of armor, and you can engage that up to, if we look at the shell, 500 meters effectively. Now Darkangel will bring out the M2 Medium next. I've got to remember all the names of the vehicles again. Now the M2 Medium is similar to a Stuart, except it's much higher profile, but it actually carries similar armor to an M2A4 Stuart. In real life this vehicle wasn't very good, but in War Thunder it's actually quite effective, except for the turret traverse. The mobility on
It
it's
takes
quite...
me about 5 minutes to turn my turret 30 degrees. Not an interesting...
It feels like that,
time.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
But on the front of the M2, you will not penetrate the upper frontal slope. You will not penetrate the lower glacis either. You have a chance of penetrating the driver's port and killing the vehicle. Once again, thank you Darkangel, the turret front is immune to your shells. The M2 Medium has the exact same shells as that. Actually did some cannon breach damage, so
You
I'm guessing
hit my breach.
I think it's 50-50 of this shell going through the mantlet there. But
We can test that.
we can test that. It appears to be 50-50, I'd say.
Yes.
Yep, that's the cannon breach destroyed.
That looks a bit more than 50-50, but alright.
I'd say about 75% of the time you may penetrate this turret front, but you will have to engage in close range where this vehicle will kill you. So, the main killing shot will be the driver's port. If you have the side of the M2, you have a field day, it's an easy kill, shoot the side armor. But if you engage it from the front at a reasonable distance, most of the time though, that's what will happen. The vehicle will bounce a shot, but if you aim just a little bit lower, that happens.
Fun fact.
Yes, it's all about shot placement on that vehicle. Sometimes the shell will penetrate, sometimes it won't. It just depends. So now Darkangel is bringing in the LVT. And now we're going to wait for him to get over here. Now the LVT is similar to a Stuart in terms of mobility most of the time, but it sacrifices a lot of things. The vehicle itself is amphibious, and if you just saw that shot there, you can actually kill the crew members on the back with the machine guns.
How would you do that?
Because we have to test, unfortunately, Darkangel.
Hmm.
Now the 8mm braiders, I believe, can punch through the side armor of an LVT, but it cannot punch through the frontal armor. Unlike the Stuarts though, the turret front is actually pennable. That was a ricochet, that was a bad shot. Oh. It appears they've buffed the LVT's gun mantlet. Never mind. I believe the front is actually 12.7. Yes, it is. So you can penetrate the underside of the mantlet and the overall side of the vehicle. And you can basically penetrate this vehicle anywhere except for that turret mantlet, which surprisingly got buffed. So then all you do is, I would recommend when it comes to LVTs going for gunner shots first, and then you can take out the vehicle effectively. So now Darkangel will bring in the M13 MGMC, which is an SPAA, and it's the most common SPAA you will find with the Americans. Because they've always got to put machine guns on something.
Let's do this.
Now the M13 isn't actually all that dangerous from the front, since it cannot penetrate you. However, from the side, it is especially dangerous. The 50 cals will penetrate you up to around 500 meters, I believe. And well, if they have the side of you, you're dead. But, using your top turret, you do have a fighting chance against this vehicle. And obviously your 37mm. So now Darkangel is carefully driving over here. Sort of. So the best way to take out the M13 is to shoot directly into the engine block, and this will most likely kill the 2 crew members in the front, maybe even take out the gunner, just for a bit of overkill. But if you cannot get this shot, I recommend going for gunner first.
There's no overkill.
That's very true. So the best way to do it is to use your machine guns to take out the gunner. Then, since the vehicle is going to try and run away, put a shot right here. Thanks for doing that, Darkangel, that's actually just helped. And that will take out the vehicle. And
Anytime, my friend.
Now we'll move on to the final vehicle, the M8 HMC. The most dangerous vehicle you will fight in this thing. Other than an M22 Locust, because we all know what those things are like. But the M22 Locust you have a fighting chance against. The M8 HMC, you ain't got much hope against. And once Darkangel makes his way over here, I will explain why. The M8 HMC doesn't actually have to use its 75 to kill you, it can use its 50 cal if it has it your side. Which obviously Darkangel will not be showing, but he will be obviously having the 75mm howitzer. The howitzer on that thing is just as dangerous as you might think. It fires a single heat round every 3.8 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, Darkangel? Roughly about that? 3.8 seconds? You there? 3.8 seconds?
Yes, I am.
3.8 seconds is roughly
about that.
Okay.
Roughly, yes.
And the heat rounds will easily cut through your vehicle. And Darkangel is just going to do a small demonstration.
Roughly 3.5 seconds.
Yes. So, the vehicle itself is very dangerous. However, there are some cheeky ways to knock out this vehicle. First of all, you cannot penetrate the front. At all. What I recommend you do is go for a barrel shot. The turret traverse on that vehicle is very slow. And as far as I'm aware, you cannot penetrate the front of this vehicle. No, you cannot. At all. This vehicle is immune to your gun from the front. And as Darkangel is shown here, even the side of the turret is quite tough. But if Darkangel rotates the turret all the way around, you can see that it's even...
Give me a second, it takes a while.
You can see that it even struggles. But once you get a flat angle, it can penetrate. So what I recommend you do against M8 HMCs is exactly the same as M3 Stuarts, because this is based off the chassis of an M5 Stuart, so this will also apply to that vehicle. Get its side, and put one in. Now unfortunately we was going to do the M3 HMC, but unfortunately Darkangel doesn't have this vehicle. It's essentially an M13 with less armor, but it has a 75mm gun. That's basically the same principle. Use the MGs to kill the crew members, and use the gun or the 37 to help you out. I hope this clears up about American tanks, and me and Darkangel will be doing about French tanks next. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and guide, and I shall see you all in the next one. Darkangel, would you like to say anything before we go?
I hope you enjoy my sacrifices as usual.
Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.